Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time here, welcome. Today we are oh, that was loud. Today we are watching Gurren Lagann episode 18. So last episode was kind of crazy. It started off as kind of seeing where our characters are 7 years later. We got Simon, who has the crazy title of Supreme Commander, which is kind of awesome. Rosu, is that his name? Is second in command, it seems. So it looks like we're starting to advance a little bit more technologically. There's some research going on into the spiral technology, and we are sending rockets to the moon to investigate things because of the warning that Spiral King gave Simon. So he's kind of hard pressed to figure that out. And then there was the whole thing about once humanity reaches 1 million, something crazy is going to happen. And we see that in this episode. I can't remember the character's name, but we have a kid being born who I'm assuming is the millionth human being born. And then it triggers this thing, this entity, this, I'm not sure what exactly it is, to manifest, and none of our mechs could really do much to it. And even Gurren Lagann, while it looks like he kind of broke it apart, all the little parts kind of exploded and caused all sorts of damage. So that's not good. And then we have Nia at the very end, where it looks like she's kind of being possessed. I'm not sure exactly what is happening, but you see all like the digital need to be destroyed. So also not good. A lot of not goods happening in this episode, or at least the very end of it. And on top of that, from what I could tell, sometimes it's hard for me to get like the full picture when I'm reading subtitles, because it's hard to follow along as much as if I could just hear it in English. But from what I could tell, it seems like Rosu isn't happy with the way that Simon is kind of leading things. And I think we might get a little bit of betrayal, I guess. But we will see about that. And then there's the whole thing with Viral trying to help humans who want to go back underground, which is interesting. So I'm not really sure what's going on with that. If any of my questions were answered in the episode that I already watched, feel free to let me know in the comments below of anything I might have missed or didn't pick up on. That's fine, as long as it's something that's already been said that I have watched. If it's something that's going to happen or be revealed to me later, just wait till I've already watched it. Anyway, that being said, if my forehead looks extra glistening today, it's because I'm so happy I'm glowing. No, actually it's because it's 95 degrees today, and I live in Washington, specifically the Pacific Northwest, so we're not quite accustomed. It can get this hot, but not very often, so 95 is a little bit much for us, me, just people that live in this area in general. All right, let me take a quick swig of my refreshing beverage. You know, the heat has fried my brain and I forgot how to speak. I am in no way sponsored by Gatorade. All right. Oh man, I'm not looking forward to putting these sweaty headphones on, but you know. All right, headphones in position, video queued up, atomic batteries to power, turbines to speed. Let's go, and click. Aniplex. I forgot to say Aniplex in the last episode. The very first time I forgot to say, tell me the secrets of this world. Humanity annihilation system. She's in front of the moon. Anti-spirals. Huh. Collateral damage? Yeah, rightfully so. That'd make me nervous. Right, they're more concerned about their belongings than the destruction of humanity. Priorities, right? Biocomputer, huh? Yeah, something's going on with Rosu. Why do I keep on forgetting his name? Rocio? Okay, so he built a computer to help solve problems? Wait. Alright. Bio computer. Okay. Was not expecting that. Did we see that in the last episode? We couldn't have. I don't remember it. Old Coco, and he's a beast then, right? Yeah, you're too busy being the herald of destruction. Who makes that call? Okay. Mm. Oh yeah, forgot it's just a part of... Yeah, really hard-headed, isn't he? I'm a little confused at people's perception of Simon. Like, it does seem he is a more fit for being like a soldier almost than a political leader. Yeah, imagine seeing that as a child. That'd be terrifying. Terrifying as an adult. There you go. Keep their spirits up. Hmm. Just chilling with his buddy there. That's one thing I know. Is it actually Nia that kind of had a switch turn on? Or is Nia kind of suppressed? Is that her? Yeah, it's her. She looks dead inside. I think I need to do a little research into these past last episode and this one, because I feel like I'm missing something in terms of what's going on with Simon and why Rosie is so kind of against his leadership. So he's not truly Spiral King? Okay, here we go. Let's get some lore. These are good questions. Oh, way to crush his spirit. The spiral nemesis bring about... Okay, we anticipate. Spiral nemesis. Okay. Evolution. Okay. Oh. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. Okay. We're getting a lot of information here. Huh. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Okay. Huh. Fair question. Hmm? Sorry, I'm not talking much. I'm just trying to absorb all this.
螺旋力の怖さです。あのロージェノムすら戦いの本能を抑えることができなかった。俺は認めないぞ。戦いがそんなことだったなんて。7年。7年で人間たちは異常なスピードだとは思いませんか？螺旋生命のポテンシャル。
Okay.
爆発的に数も文明も進化させる。
Okay.
我々を脅かす勢力となる。だからその前に滅ぼすのです。何かのことが何か来ようとグレンラガンがある。俺たちは勝つ。それは無理です。私はアンチスパイラルの
Okay, messenger of the anti-spirals.
の中に潜伏し、螺旋生命体殲滅システム
Okay.
を起動した時に目覚める仮想生命。
Okay.
頼むニア。頼むから俺に通じる言葉で言ってくれ。
So is Nia still there? The experiences that she's had knowing them?
お前はそんなやつじゃなかったはずだ。本当の私です。
Hmm.
人類殲滅システムとは何だ？どうやって人間を全滅させる？
There's so much information going on in 2 weeks' time. Ooh. Is humanity kind of confined to this planet? Like they're nowhere else in the universe or galaxy? Okay, that was a lot of information. Sorry I wasn't saying much, because if I was talking too much, I'd miss some. They're gonna have to find a way to take to space, I guess. And that cold face. Between the spiral and anti-spiral, but humans are spiral beings. Are there other spiral beings? I have a lot of questions. Yeah, it's the spiral king. Ooh, magical girl transformation. Interesting. That sucks. That's not good. Okay, all right. I have a lot of questions. There's a lot of information just dumped on me. Mugan. Okay. Ooh. All right, let's see. Can we do some damage here? There we go. That's true. That's what happened last time. Okay, so it creates its own force field. Okay, so that's what happens when it gets penetrated. It just explodes everywhere. Yeah, that's what happened when Simon took it out. Yeah, how do you fight them then? Because even if you penetrate, ooh, we're getting wiped out. Because even if you penetrate the shield, it's just gonna destruct in a way that's more explosive than the damage they're already dealing, it seems like. Huh? Yeah, how do you take these on? Okay, yeah, that's a little reckless. Okay, that could work. Okay. As long as they do that before it gets to low enough to cause destruction to buildings and people. Alright, that was quick thinking. Okay, there we go. Good idea, Simon. Oh, but some are getting through though. Wow. Okay. That's true. Of course, they're concerned about their stuff. It's not exactly his. It's not his fault. It's just that like, the population is growing. They had no idea this was going to happen. In fact, wasn't Simon trying to figure out what the message meant? Well, also yes. I don't know. It's tricky. I'm of conflicting emotions towards Simon right now. Okay, what they're okay. I don't know. They're being a little ridiculous, I think. No, don't do that. Okay. So he has a pretty decent understanding of people. Okay. Okay. Oh, this episode's a lot to take in. I'm gonna have to rewatch some parts. Is Nia truly lost? Are we gonna get her back? He's gonna take him in. So he says somebody needs to be held accountable. Okay. Okay. I have so many questions. All right, that was a lot to take in. A lot to take in. Okay. I might need some time to process this. I might have to go back and watch some parts I kind of might have missed. Okay, so there are spirals and anti-spirals. Okay, are spirals and anti-spirals physical entities, or are they something else that inhabits beings that are a certain way? Like humans are spiral beings, I guess, because of the helix DNA type. And that what makes them special in regards to spirals. And then we're talking about spiral galaxies and the core that Simon has being really powerful. Oh goodness, everything's just a jumble right now. It's a lot. Okay, I might need to take a break and then come back and kind of come back with a little more understanding. So yeah, I will be back shortly so I can try and sort this out. Okay. Be back. Okay, so I'm back. I had to go on like a Gurren Lagann fandom wiki page to kind of get a better breakdown of the episode so I could kind of absorb it a little bit better, because that was a lot to take in and I'm still very confused about a lot of things. So I kind of skimmed through this, starting to make a little bit more sense here. So I'm just going to highlight some key points that I needed a little more clarification on. So let's see here. Where's a good place to start? Okay, so we have the whole thing with the spiral nemesis. That's interesting because spiral nemesis sounds like the nemesis to the spirals, which would be the anti-spirals, but the anti-spirals are talking about the spiral nemesis being something that the anti-spirals are afraid of. But okay, anyway, maybe that's just a translation thing I'm confused about. So the anti-spirals are worried about the spiral nemesis because it could bring about the destruction of the universe, and so that's why the anti-spirals exist. Okay, so that's what the whole war is. The anti-spirals afraid that spiral life forms are going to evolve to a point that destroys the universe. It kind of mirrors real world stuff, like with development of technologies and super weapons and our own destructive powers and where it could lead us if we're not careful. So I wonder if those parallels are intentional. Let's see here. Okay, the core. Okay, so the core that Simon has that he found buried was a symbol. Okay, so it's a symbol of the spiral nemesis. And then we have Rosu talking to the reanimated head of Lordgenome, who's acting kind of like a computer, a biocomputer. Okay, so, and he was saying that the power of the spiral is to evolve. The spiral power is the power to evolve. Okay, so that, I guess that's the DNA aspect, something about spiral life forms having the capability to evolve, I guess, from what I understand. Okay, life with the spiral genes and spiral galaxy. That's an interesting too. So it's not just a life form, unless we're talking about a galaxy being a life form in itself. We're talking about really grand scales here, it looks like. Okay, life with spiral genes and the galaxy with spiral structure. They increase with spiral power. Okay, so the spiral power. Okay, hold on. Life with spiral genes and the galaxy with a spiral structure all increase infinitely with the spiral power. So the power to evolve increases life with spiral genes. Okay, still a little bit confused about this whole concept. If you guys have a better way to clarify it for me, please let me know. Okay, so then, okay, anti-spirals that feared this power appeared. Okay, so anti-spirals, is that like another type of life form that does not have the same helix DNA structure as humans do? So a different form of life that differs from us in that kind of way? Okay, and then we get a little bit more into how Lordgenome was protecting the galaxy from the anti-spirals. So that was interesting. Okay, so yeah, we find out that the gunmen and all the mechs and Teplin, they're all used to fight against the anti-spirals, and the strongest weapon was the Lagann. Okay, Lagann was the strongest weapon, so that's the significance of Gurren Lagann, because he could control other mechs, other machines. All right, they sealed it underground, so yeah, that's why he found it underground, because they sealed it away. All right. Okay, and then we got into why he was oppressing humanity if he was saying that he was trying to protect humanity. And this, honestly, it made sense. I mean, so the whole thing with the... So the anti-spirals set up safeguards against humanity or spiral life forms reaching a certain level, which is the whole eradication system thing. And that's where the whole moon would be crashing into Earth. So a spiral king suppressed humanity in that way to keep the numbers down. Okay, that I kind of got. Okay, and then yeah, he was a spiral warrior. So he wasn't human, right? He still wasn't human. He was just a spiral life form, I guess. So they were defeated and returned to each of their home planets. Okay, so this is Earth. Okay, this is actual Earth, because they're saying Earth was part of the planets that they had to go back to. Okay, and then they deployed the life form extermination system. Okay, got that. Fixed number, Lordgenome 11. Okay, then we got the spiral instinct. So he had to use force in keeping them underground because of the spiral instinct that would drive people upward and try to kind of reach towards the stars and start the whole, evolving to, dangerous levels for the anti-spirals. Okay, interesting that I kind of flipped. It's so funny that I started thinking at the beginning, I thought that Lordgenome was like the big bad of the entire series, and it turns out he was actually trying to help humanity in the sick, twisted way. But yeah, indeed, he was trying to keep humanity alive. Okay, yeah, so they wanted anti-spirals wanted to destroy the humans before they had a chance to become powerful enough to threaten them. Okay, and then there's the whole thing with Rosu, and okay, what confuses me a little bit, I mean, I kind of get it, is, okay, they don't want Simon to use Gurren Lagann to fight because it's supposed to be a symbol, right? A symbol of their rise to the surface and a symbol of power, and they don't want the population to get scared that seeing him around is, a sign of war, which I get, but the whole, like, at the end when he arrests him because he needed somebody to blame. Here's the thing, what was he not supposed to help? Like, wouldn't these anti-spiral ships just kept on destroying things if he didn't get involved? And then the population is just pissed off at him? That is what I'm not quite convinced on. I don't quite understand that. So that's a bit strange to me. Okay, so all right, reading that kind of does help clarify a few things. I do think that they're could be some more explanation, and hopefully we get that in the coming episodes. But yeah, sorry, it's hard for me to kind of retain information dumps like that without having to go in and kind of doing a little research, a recap of the episode, so I could just like take my time to kind of read in a little more detail what the episode is about to get some more clarification on things. So I might have to do that here and there, so apologies, because yeah, that was a lot of information. Okay, so I think I have a better understanding of what's going on here now. I still have questions, but hopefully they'll be answered. If not, I'll refer to you guys, or I'll just look up some more in-depth breakdowns of the episode. All right, sorry. Whew, it's hot. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and end the episode there. Thanks again for tuning in. If you haven't already, like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on those post notifications so that you know when I'm dropping stuff. And we'll see you next time for episode 19 of Gurren Lagann. Have a good day.